guys and gals, and over here from Drake Me Gaming, and some of you on Twitter, the Gaming Drag. Today I'm coming back at you on a Let's Play episode of Sileo, Ty's Path. Yeah, Hunter decided to listen in at the absolute end of that conversation to get any of the context, and yeah, it all seems kind of bad, so... Oh, I hope these two can pull through. They're a lovely couple. But anyway, y'all, let's go ahead and jump right back in, shall we? Alarm chain, you were up, and let's go! Freehedor. It seemed as though I had arrived just as the conversation was coming to an end, but I had heard everything I needed to hear. I knew that Ty was in love with somebody else, all the while in a relationship with me. He had exerted so much energy trying to convince me how committed he was to me and that he would never let me down, and yet, was I just an afterthought? How could any of that have been true? As I re-entered the bar, the first person I saw was Spencer, who flashed me a kindly smile as he walked past. I did not return the smile. I could not even bear to look at him, my mind reduced to a swirling vortex of negative emotions and inexplicable dread. I didn't rightly know how to feel about any of it. I felt nothing, or was it everything all at once, characterized by an overwhelming numbness? Was it so much that I simply couldn't process it, or so very little there was nothing for me to process? I felt strangely vindicated. I had been right to be suspicious all along, and to remember all the crap that I had said about Faith. Fool me once, shame on you, but fool me twice? Yeah, I knew. I was a prize idiot. I couldn't believe I let myself fall for it. I returned to my position behind the counter where Diego was waiting. He took but one look at me, and his face dropped like a stone. Diego knew right away. He knew that I had heard something that brought this entire house of cards crumbling down around me. I leaned on the counter, my eyes unfocused and drifting out into space. I couldn't believe any of this. I couldn't believe Ty. God fucking damn it. I was such an idiot. Hello, gentlemen. I apologize for my absence. Ty had returned, his neck bearing a ring I had not seen before, and one I had little desire to ask him about. After all, I had more important things on my mind. He seemed somewhat subdued at first appearance, though, having noticed my own shift in mood, this did not last long. Hunter, is everything okay? Oh, yeah, Hunter's just, I'm fine. Yeah, what he said, he's fine. I see. Very well, then. Thank you for taking care of everything in my absence. No problem. It's my pleasure. Terrific. I wanted to thank you as well, Diego, for looking after everything while Hunter and I were out of town. And I apologize for having relied on you so heavily during recent times. Yeah, whatever it takes for you two to be happy, I guess. How unlike you, Diego. But I am glad to hear you were in high spirits. I really appreciate your help. And everything was in surprisingly good order when I arrived back this morning. If only life had like a little chat bar you could look at the side where people could like tell you what was actually going on, that would be useful. It wasn't too bad. Turns out I'm a pretty good barman and stuff. Indeed. Well, part of the reason I brought Russell on board was to give you something of a break. It means that were Hunter and I to both go somewhere together like before, there'll be somebody else to share in the burden. And speaking of Russell, I must say, he has almost finished the catering work, and he certainly has me impressed. I am very glad to have him and his immense talents on board. But I digress. The other reason for this topic is that I said I'd like to offer you the rest of today off, Diego. Do not worry, it'll be paid in full. My treat. What? Really? Indeed. And do be sure to check your account balance this evening. You might find a small surprise there waiting for you. It is my way of saying thank you. Wow, great, thanks, Ty, You do not need to thank me. You have earned it fair and square. And do not worry about cleaning up or anything. You may leave it all to me. You want me to go now? You make it sound as though I am trying to get rid of you. I can assure that is not the case, but certainly. Would you like to finish up now? I am quite ready to take over. Oh, well, Diego looked towards me, a look of concern and frustration in his eyes. It needed little explanation. After all, I knew exactly how it felt being in the dark, but Ty was practically refusing him the opportunity. Coincidence? Or perhaps my distinctly sour mood raised his suspicions. Maybe he was trying to dispose of Diego so we could speak to one another in private, or was I just being crazy, forming wild and far-fetched conspiracies lacking sufficient evidence? Perhaps it was just a coincidence. Sure, thanks, Ty. See you guys. Have fun. I'm quite sure we will, Diego. Thank you. Yeah. Diego grabbed his things and semi-begrudgingly began his journey homeward. Within mere seconds following his departure, the buzzing within my pocket commenced. Message after message, no doubt originating from a concerned and still overly nosy Diego, desperate to find out what the story was. I hope you do not mind my sending him home. I just felt as though he deserved some type of reward for his dedication. I understand. Ah, wonderful. Are you quite sure that you are well? You seem so very off all of a sudden. If you are feeling unwell, you are more than welcome to catch up with Diego and take the rest of the evening. I'm quite sure Russell and I can handle things, even if it is a Friday night. I'm fine. If you say so, but please do not hesitate to let me know if you ever feel unwell. I'd much rather that you rest and recover than soldier on through it. And considering we serve food and drink, we would loathe to spread any illness on to our patrons, wouldn't we? I get it! Oh? I understand. I'm fine. This is very unlike you, my dear. I find myself to be rather concerned. Something happened between you and Diego. The atmosphere in here had grown so cold I was certain I could see my own breath. I'm fine. Just please, give me some space. We're quiet. I'll handle the front of house. Maybe you could help Russell out back. Very well, my dear. Ty placed his hand on my shoulder, clearly intended to provide some form of comfort. Instead, it only caused me to flinch, prompting Ty to reel his hand back with zero hesitation. His look of concern grew in severity as he pondered his options, eventually relenting as he slipped back into the kitchen without a single word. Around half an hour had passed since and with Russell having finished the catering work, the two proceeded to load everything into Ty's car before he departed alone en route to the hospital to deliver the fruits of their labor. Russell had instead been instructed to stay behind, to keep an eye on things, or perhaps to keep an eye on me. He knew what I knew and wanted to be certain I wouldn't do anything drastic. No, stop thinking like that. It's a Friday night. It's one of the busiest in terms of alcohol, and our peak hours are rapidly approaching. Russell had remained behind as support in case things got out of hand. Did Ty really have so little faith in me? Had I not proven myself time and time again? He would leave Diego to run the place solo for 2 entire days, and yet I couldn't go an hour or two unsupervised without evoking some doubt and concern? Is everything, cool, my dude? You're totally away with the fairies, man. Russell's distinctive phrasing cut through the haze cast by my erratic mind with impressive precision. The spell broken, I turned to face him, delivering my response. I'm fine. Are you, though? Ty's real worried, man. Good. So he should be. This ain't like you, dude. Because you know me so well. You're quite clearly the authority on what I'm like, huh? Dude, Russell went silent, his face betraying a look of forfeit. I felt bad. Sure, I had reason to be upset, but not at Russell. He was just trying to help. I'm sorry. I know I'm being a dick. I found out about something earlier on, and maybe a part of me wishes that I hadn't. Oh? Something about Ty, right? I'm sure it's nothing you and Ty can't, work out. You two were, thick as thieves the other day. It was totally corny, but, real fun to watch. Yeah, I'm sure you guys will figure it out. I'm not. You didn't hear what I heard. Long story short, there's this spot outside where you can hear into Ty's office through the vents. And when Spencer and Ty went in and locked the door, well, I listened in. Turns out, I don't know what it turns out, but he's in love with Spencer. He was really damn clear about it, too. I feel like a goddamn side piece or something. His backup for if Plan A falls through. I don't know. Dude, no way! Ty would never! Come on, Russell, give me a break. You've known him for even less time than you've known me. And there's some things that just don't need any context. This is one of them. I hate the fact that this is like a fucking train crash that I'm watching in slow motion. And I know exactly how to fucking avert it, but no one will listen. Russell sighed, grappling with his disbelief. So, what are you gonna do now, my dude? Finish my shift, wait for the opportunity to talk to him, alone. He and I are gonna have a serious discussion. I don't mean to be rude, but you'd be wise to clear out beforehand. Alright, dude, I'll, give you two space tonight. And for what it's worth, I believe in you both. You make such a great couple. I just know things will work out in the end. Thanks, Russell, but I don't think this situation could be so easily unfucked. About an hour after my conversation with Russell, Ty had returned to the bar, his philanthropic mission accomplished for the year. Typical businessman, construct a facade through acts of generosity and philanthropic deeds in order to conceal your total absence of any moral compass. The evening, as predicted, had been fairly busy with the three of us all working flat out to keep up. It was a good distraction from my own mind, allowing me to withdraw into something of a daze as I worked out the rest of my shift on autopilot. My mind dazed and numb as the hours ticked by. Finally, our patrons had cleared out, and we finally shut up shop, Ty locking the front door and flipping the sign over to read closed. A successful evening, all told. Terrific work, gentlemen. Russell, that was your first day. It was like totally eventful, my dude. Well, eventful is hardly a bad thing. Now, would either of you care for a ride home? Oh, no thanks, my dude. I got a couple of stops along the way. At this time? You know, I'd be more than happy to make those stops on your behalf. Thanks, dude, but it's cool. I'll, see you tomorrow. Well, have a splendid night anyway, Russell. You did a terrific job today. Thanks. Catch you later, dudes. And with that, Russell quickly scuttled from the premises, actively working to put as much distance between him and the bar as was possible. A smart move, as I could only foresee the following moments growing somewhat nuclear. Well, he certainly wasn't in a hurry. How very strange. Are you feeling any better, my dear? No. Ty unleashed a sigh that could only be described as reluctant. The silence between us was filled by the cacophonous wailing of my subconscious, my suppressed emotions in total disarray, yet never quite bubbling to the surface. Hunter, I take it that a conversation is in order. Yeah, we need to talk. Ty mournfully seated himself at the booth closest to the counter and waited expectantly for me to join. I took a deep breath. I did not rightly know how this was going to go, but I was not anticipating a happy ending. It seemed as though neither was he. I took my position seated opposite to him, avoiding his intent gaze by instead focusing on the patterns in the wooden table. It wasn't the first time that day I'd done this. I'd done so. I couldn't help but remember the last time Ty had spoken like this. He had insisted that we take a break. One minute, I was happy, excited, eager. The next, I felt a longing misery, a byproduct of my heartbreak. I suppose that in a way our situation here tonight wasn't all that dissimilar, except for a couple of minor details. For one, Ty was anticipating this conversation. Perhaps he knew, perhaps not. I didn't rightly care, because the other key difference? This time, I was calling the shots and making the demands. And with those demands, I would accept no compromise. Alright, I am going to go ahead and pause it right there, y'all. We will save this series discussion for the next episode. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell, and check out our Patreon and YouTube memberships if you can. It always helps. Anyway, I love you all, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye-bye!